Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today we are talking all about inventory. I've been meaning to do this video for quite a while now. I was kind of waiting until I got all my inventory really organized. I'm still working on it, but I thought I would share with you guys because I posted a picture on Instagram a few weeks ago and I got so many questions, so I thought I would answer them for you guys. So I will say I cannot take credit for any of this. I kind of adapted other people's inventory systems and made it my own so that it works the best for me. So I'm first going to share how I started doing my inventory and then kind of what I'm transitioning to right now. I use the bin system, as you guys can see from behind me, and when I first started, I just started with bin A1 and I just threw all the clothes in so it looks like this. This one's kind of empty, which is one of the problems with this system. This worked really well for a very long time, and I would say that this system would still work for you if you only have maybe like 500 items or less and you're not shipping a ton every single day. But I got to the point where I was dreading doing shipping because it would take so long, and I kind of ran out of room in my old inventory room. So as you can see, this bin is only like half full. And so what was happening was I would fill up a bin, fill up the next one, fill up the next one, and eventually the older ones would get empty. And occasionally I would go back and fill them up, but it wasn't like something I was doing regularly like I should. So right now I have bins with like 3 items in them that are, the bin's basically taking up space and it's not holding a ton of stuff. So I decided to switch from just throwing it in a bin to I still use a bin, but everything gets put into a clear poly bag and then it gets a clothespin put on it and it goes in like this. So each bin has 20 items and they each have their own individual inventory location. I feel like I need to back up a little bit. So I think a very simple bin system still works really well. However, for me, when I would go to do shipping, especially on Mondays, it was taking way too long. It would take me hours because I would have to dig through the bin and find the item, make sure it was clean, lint roll it, fold it up, put it in a clear poly bag, then put it in a poly mailer, print the label, all that stuff. It was taking a long time. I switched over to this system where everything has an individual spot. So what I do is, as soon as an item is listed, it goes into a clear bag like this. Then I take a little clip that has the item location on it. I stick it on, I put this information in the listing, and then it goes right in the bin where it needs to go. This makes shipping so much faster because I literally go to the bin, pull this out, slide it in a poly mailer, print the label, and it's done. Like, it takes me 20 seconds to do one order, as where before it was taking me like probably 5 minutes per order, which is fine if you're not doing a ton, which is why I say you can do the very simple bin method. But when you grow your store and you have more and more orders, it's better to make shipping very quick. Okay, so this is what a clothespin looks like, if you guys can read that. It has the bin number and then the location in the bin. So this one says A1:10. So it's in A1 and it's the 10th item in that bin. So when I go to ship it, I just take this off, and I have a little pile of these on my desk of like open inventory spots. I need to get like a little basket or something to keep it more organized. So I do not organize the bins by type of item or size, color, anything like that. I know a lot of people do that. I would not recommend it because if you have a bin and you have, well, this one isn't like that, but you have a ton of very similar items all thrown into one bin. It is very easy to grab the wrong item and ship the wrong item. So I would recommend keeping it completely random. So in one bin I'll have tops, dresses, jeans, shorts, like literally everything. They're all mixed. So as soon as an inventory spot opens up, whatever item gets listed next gets put into that inventory spot. Okay, my memory card filled up and it cut me off and I don't know exactly where. I was just saying I don't recommend storing all of one type of thing in one bin because then it makes it really easy to accidentally pull the wrong one and send it out. So I always keep it very random. Whatever spot opens up, whatever gets listed next just goes in that spot. It doesn't matter what it is. It's completely random. Okay, I told you guys about these little clothespins. Bella. Okay, I told you guys about these clothespins, how they have the bin and then the item location in that bin. So this one is A1:10. So what I do is I put this number in the custom SKU line in my eBay listing. So that's like when you're making the listing, it's right towards the top of the listing under your title. I put in the inventory number and then I put in my cost of goods. That way when I go to do my books, I know exactly how much I paid for that item. I do record everything manually when I record my sales, so I have to look up like my eBay fees, my PayPal fees and everything, but that's what's working for me and that's what I'm doing right now. So that goes in the custom SKU and buyers can't see that. You can only see it on the back end. And I do cross post on to Poshmark and I get asked a lot how I manage deleting listings on one platform when they have already sold on the other. So here's what I do. This inventory number is only in my eBay listing. I do not put it in my Poshmark listing. So when I do shipping for Poshmark, I have my ended listings pulled up on eBay so that I know where they are to ship them. So I cannot ship anything on Poshmark until it is ended on eBay. Now when it sells on eBay and it's listed on Poshmark, it's a little bit different, but I share my closet like 3 times a day, so I know what's listed on there, and when I go through and share it, I usually am deleting listings because they sold on another platform. So that's how I manage that. Okay, I think I covered all of the details. I'm sure I'll think of some things, but I want to talk about the supplies and whatnot. So these bins, I forget exactly how big they are. I always forget, but I order them online. You can get either a single individual one or packs of 8 and they deliver it to my house right for free. So I usually order 8 at a time. It makes it really easy, and I put 20 items in each bin. That is something I forgot to tell you guys. And I kind of stagger them, so like it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That way I can fit the most in. I use 2 different sizes of clear poly bags. I don't know what they are, but I will have them listed and linked in the description. These are the cheapest ones. I always use the same store on eBay because I've had really good experience with them and they have the best prices. So this is like tops and smaller items. The bigger one I use for jeans and sweaters. The clothespins I buy at Walmart. I think they're about $1 for 100 of them. So it's pretty cheap. The shelves. I get a lot of questions about the shelves. Dalton built them just out of plywood and 2x4s. So when we were in our old house, my inventory room was very small, but the ceilings were tall. They were like 10 feet, I think. So we really had to maximize height. And so when we were looking at buying shelves, you can only stack 6 high, and we really wanted to go taller than that. Also, we were having trouble with finding shelves that the width was good as well, because they would be able to fit like 2.5 bins wide, and so you lose that space where you can't fit anything. So he just built custom shelves All he did was just measure the size of one bin, multiply it by however many bins you want to put, and add like an inch, and just screwed them together. I don't know. They're very rough. I mean, as you can see, like, they're not pretty, but they get the job done. We are going to start buying bins because now that we're down here in this basement, we can only stack 6 high. I think the ceilings down here are like 7 feet, and when you stack 6, they're like right up to the rafters. So we did have to actually cut the tops of the shelves off, and we can only stack 6 high right now. So we are going to be buying shelves. We've been trying to compare. Dalton always like takes the costs. He's like, okay, this shelf can fit this many for this price, and he like does all the math and he figures that stuff out. So we are going to start buying shelves once this is full, and I will share which ones because we want to be able to fit 6 high and 2 or 3 wide. It'll just depend, and be as cost effective as possible. Okay, so that's one other thing I wanted to mention is since I've started doing this, I haven't had to buy more bins in probably 3 months. So like I said, I would just fill up a bin, start another one, fill it up, start another one. And occasionally I would go back and fill up bins that were getting empty. But it wasn't working very well. And so over the past month, I've listed a couple hundred items, and I've been able to just, like, I feel like they just absorbed the extra items, and it's been working really well. So I have been transitioning 1 or 2 bins a day to this new system, and a lot of the bins right now only have like 5 or 10 items. So what I do is I basically just take everything out of the bin and I put it into the clear poly bags. I clip the clip on it. I have to go in and edit the listing and put the correct inventory spot on it, and then I just fill the rest of the bin up with new inventory. And that's been working really well. Like I said, I've just been adding new inventory to the bins that already exist, as opposed to in the past I think I have almost 100 bins, so I've been buying a lot of bins over the past year. Okay, I just went through all the comments on Instagram just to make sure I answered everyone's questions, and the one I think I missed was how many active items do I have? I have 1,300 active items on eBay right now. It's only like 600 on Poshmark because I don't cross-post everything. And so earlier I said I have 100 bins. It's probably like 90, so if I have 20 items in each bin, I think that will fit 1,800 items. So, and then the other question I got was, I think I kind of answered this earlier, but I had a couple people ask, do I track every item individually for bookkeeping? And yes, I keep track of every single individual cost of goods for bookkeeping. Okay, and I saw someone ask and I answered it. The bins are 58 quart, which I think is like the smaller side for bins like this, but they work really well. I think they're like $4 or $5 a piece. Like I said, I'll have them linked down below. Anyways, that is it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. And if you have any questions, additional questions that I forgot to answer, go ahead and leave them in the description below. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you very soon with another video. Bye.